Tika grew up with a void in her life, a space that she couldn't quite fill. Her father had left when she was just a baby, and her mother had raised her on her own. Tika's siblings had their fathers, but she never had hers. As she grew older, Tika found herself wondering what it would be like to have a father. She'd watch her friends with their dads, playing catch, having deep conversations, and sharing laughter. She'd imagine what it would be like to have someone to call Dad. Mother had told her stories about her father, but they were fragmented and often contradictory. Some people said he was a kind and generous man, while others whispered that he was cold and heartless. Tika didn't know what to believe. Her mother sat her down and told her that her father had passed away. Tika felt a pang of sadness, but it was a sadness for something she had never known. She didn't miss him, exactly, because she had never had him to miss. But as she lay in bed that night, Tika couldn't shake the feeling that she had missed out on something important. She began to dream about her father, imagining what he would be like, what he would say to her, and what he would do. In her dreams, Tika's father was a kind and gentle man. He'd take her on long walks, tell her stories, and listen to her problems. He'd be proud of her accomplishments and support her in everything she did. But when Tika woke up, the pain of reality hit her like a ton of bricks. She would never know her father, never get to experience the love and support that he might have provided. Tika found herself withdrawing into herself. She'd always been a happy and outgoing person, but now she felt lost and alone. Her friends and family tried to reach out to her, but Tika pushed them away. She didn't know how to process her emotions, how to deal with the pain of never knowing her father. One night, as she lay in bed, Tika felt a presence in her room. She opened her eyes to find a figure standing in the shadows. As the figure stepped forward, Tika saw that it was her father. But it wasn't the father of her dreams. He looked at Tika with tears in his eyes and said, "I'm so sorry, baby. I'm so sorry I wasn't there for you." Tika felt a lump form in her throat as she looked at her father. She didn't know what to say, how to react. She felt a mix of emotions, sadness, anger, and regret. He had finally found closure. The figure of her father began to fade away, and Tika felt a sense of sadness wash over her. But as she looked into his eyes, she saw something there that gave her hope. She saw a love that was pure, true, and unconditional. As the darkness closed in around her, Tika felt a sense of peace that she had never felt before. She knew that she would always carry the pain of never knowing her father. But she also knew that she had finally found closure. The broken bond between and her father would never be fully repaired. But in that moment, Tika knew that she had finally found a sense of peace.